What's up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, back at it again, giving you 40 facts on the Warhammer universe. This time we'll be going onto the Farsight Enclaves, giving you 40 facts on the Red Sun Assault and the 8. So without further ado, let's dive into these 40 facts. When Commander Farsight leads his enclaves to war, he does so in a swift, dynamic fashion. He is the master of the Mantka, the art of identifying a target of opportunity and striking it with maximum force. Translated from the Tau language, the words roughly equate to the killing blow. Commander Farsight leads the assault, typically deploying from an overhead Manta missile destroyer. Using his jump jets, Farsight descends to his carefully selected target, for it is vital that the sudden shock and ferocity of the attack put the enemy into immediate peril. Firing his plasma rifle and crushing enemies beneath the feet of his battlesuit, Commander Farsight lands in a flurry of swift violence. He swings wide arcs of his sword, the Dawn Blade, an energy-wrathed weapon that is so potent it severs ferroconcrete as easily as if slicing through water. Before the last severed bits of his target has toppled, Farsight is already in motion, whirling, spinning, and chopping until all foes within reach are dead. Activating his jump jets, he leaps into the air, plasma rifle spitting bursts of blue bolts that never miss the mark. Not far behind Farsight come the rest of the 8, the fabled formation of battlesuit-clad elite warriors that served both as Farsight's bodyguard and war council. Each of them is a whirlwind of devastation, dealing death in their own unique fashion. Fighting as a team, despite their individual modes of battle, each warrior complementing the style and weaponry of the others, all blend together into a harmony of destruction. Subcommander Torchstar sends sheets of fire out even before her battlesuit touches the ground. Brightsword's twin fusion guns melt away the metal hull of battle tanks as if they were mere candle wax. Bravestorm's plasma rifle punches his selected targets off their feet while he closes the distance. Further from the front, Shazvray Oblotai sends forth steady barrages from his high-yield missile pod, his AI enabling him to simultaneously blast multiple targets even if they are across the battlefield. Such long-range tactics are not for O Arakan, whose battlesuit is decked with anti-infantry weaponry. With each bounding leap, Arakan leaves behind another heap of bodies, the dead falling so thick before his onslaught that they often obscure the ground. Of all the 8, Ovessa cuts perhaps the largest swath of death. His towering XV-104 Riptide battlesuit unleashes blasts of supercharged energy from its ion accelerator. Between the volleys of his plasma rifles, Shas-O Shavastos relays the enemy's fallback patterns because he knows that in a Mantka assault, should the pace of destruction slow down, the attackers might lose their momentum, and with it, the opportunity to destroy their foe utterly. As devastating as they are, the 8 are but the tip of a spear of a Farsight Enclave. In their bloody wake come the massed Crimson Armored Crisis Team. As they streak groundwards, their array of weapons adds to the carnage. Fire warrior teams, often aided by the mobility of Devilfish transports, add their sheer volume of pulse fire to the fray. A Pathfinder team supported by a recon drone often play a central role. They use marker lights to guide critical shots precisely, and if needed, the Pathfinders lay down their own formidable firepower with a mix of pulse carbines and ion rifles. Using the devastating shock assaults, Commander Farsight has led his enclaves to many triumphs. When a living tide of greenskins swept over the world of Nafun, the Farsight enclaves did not attempt to fight a long war of attrition with the superior numbers of the barbaric foe. Instead, Farsight planned and performed a perfectly executed Mantka-style attack. Deployed via high-altitude transport, the battlesuits descended straight upon the Orc warboss Nashjaw and his iron-clad knobs. The 8 cut down the mega-armored orcs with terrifying ease. This action was punctuated when Farsight beheaded the warlord with a single swipe of his dawn blade. The Tau infantry arrived on a flank, laying down a curtain of pulse fire to ensure that none of the orc bosses escaped back to their armies. Suddenly, bereft of all their strongest-willed leaders, the remaining orc hordes predictably fired upon each other and were easily routed by a series of successive strikes. In the many centuries since Commander Farsight led his expedition to break away from the Tau Empire, the ancient warrior has only further perfected his battlecraft. With the passing of his mentor, the revered Commander Purtide, there are none now living who can match his Firecast Academy tactical scores or his vast experience of executing the swift killing strike. Although Commander Farsight was exiled from the Tau Empire, and reviled by the many who consider him a traitor to the greater good, he still led his enclaves to save the Tau upon Mugaloth Bay in their time of need. A flash of crimson, Commander Farsight launched one of the greatest of all his trademark assaults. The Eight. The greatest living legends of the Farsight Enclaves are the Eight. Led by Oshova himself, the Eight are warriors beyond compare, their greatest battlesuit pilots, true masters of the art of war. Farsight could not ask for a more loyal bodyguard. Commander Farsight. The renegade Firecast commander is Shazo Vior La Shova Kais Montir, often shortened to Oshova, and even better known as Commander Farsight. Over his unnaturally long lifespan, Farsight has been known by many other names as well, for he was the most exalted of all the protégés of the legendary Commander Purtide. He was also the hero of Viorla, the bane of the Greenskins, and after he left the Empire he became known as the Great Traitor, or he who renounced the greater good. To the Tau of the Enclaves, he is the one true leader, a warrior who will take his people to their great destiny. Commander Bravestorm. Commander Bravestorm was entombed in life support systems after sustaining critical injuries during the battle at Black Thunder Mesa on Daliath. After that fateful day, the scorched and twisted Tau has been confirmed to a battlesuit, although his core support cocoon has been reinstalled into an XV8-02 Crisis Iridium mantle. Despite his hardships, Bravestorm has lost neither his fervor for the greater good nor his lightning-quick mind. He fights with a battle prowess and bravado that few can equal, for he has passed beyond fear and courted death itself. Commander Brightsword. Few deliver a death blow with such deadly efficiency as Commander Brightsword. With his pair of fusion blasters, Brightsword leads his rapid insertion force from the front, and his war exploits have proven more than worthy. Many famous warriors have previously borne the same name, and its current bearer is mindful for the heritage that accompanies the honored title. In battle, he always chooses the most powerful enemy target to annihilate first, and thus far none have escaped his fusion blasts. He has destroyed the most hulking of war engines and monstrous and aggressive creatures. His aggressive attack style has been modeled upon the tactics of Oshova himself. Commander Shavastos was the first Firecast warrior to receive a Purtide neural chip. Something went amiss, however, and the prototype chip suffered rapid degeneration. Rather than allowing the loyal warrior to suffer a lobotomy, Farsight had him spirited away and placed in stasis until some cure could be discovered. Many decades later, Ovessa was able to recalibrate the neural chip, and Shaso Shavastos was reawakened. A tactical genius, Commander Shavastos leads his cadres to victory after victory, for he always seems to know the enemy's battle plans even before setting foot on the battlefield. As-O Ericon. Equipped with an XV8-05 Crisis Enforcer battlesuit and mounting an extensive suite of anti-infantry weaponry, Commander Ericon can leave even the largest formations of enemy troops in ruins in an instant. Willingly leaving the better targets to Commander Brightsword, Ericon instead seeks out masses of enemy foot soldiers. An analytical warrior, Ericon encourages the Eight to review and critique all of their past battles, on a holovid, for it is his constant goal to further hone his battle arts. Broadside Shadowsvray Oblotai 9-0. Although it is not known outside of the 8 and their Earth-cast attendants, the broadside battlesuit Oblotai is not piloted by flesh and blood. Instead, the broadside is controlled by a late-generation mnemonic AI engram of the original Shadowsvray Oblotai. Long ago, at the Firecast training domes, it was Oblotai who first taught the piloting arts of the young warrior who would one day become Commander Farsight. Using multi-trackers and advanced scan fields, Oblotai 9-0 is a master at supplying the rest of the 8 with deadly accurate supporting fire. Subcommander Torchstar. A defector from the Tau Empire, Subcommander Torchstar is the youngest and most impetuous of the 8. Bearing twin flamers, the Viorlin borders on reckless as she bounds headlong into battle. Ovessa is the final member of the 8, and he, in fact, is not a Shadowsvray at all. He is an old Earthcast colleague of Farsight, kept alive by microdrones of his own invention. Given that Commander Farsight is a die-hard Firecast traditionalist, it speaks to the bond between the two that he allows any other cast the great honor of piloting a battlesuit, much less a powerful XV-104 Riptide. Many AI suites that Ovessa invented are integrated into the Riptide's piloting array, its technological genius offering him a great aid in targeting and compensating for his lack of a lifetime's worth of intense training and expertise in battle. And with that, we come from the fringes of Tau space, as we have now learned 40 facts about the 8 and the battle strategies of Commander Farsight. Let me know if you enjoyed this lore by giving us a like, and also let us know what you would like to hear next time in our 40 fact videos by commenting down below. Don't forget to favorite this video and share it with all your friends. You can always head on over to our Patreon page where a simple $1 you guys pledge to us will help us bring you more epic 40k content. And as always guys, you know me as a Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I am signing out.